they don't get the force buy. But just a reminder, guys, scroll down, click that Teespring link. If you buy a t-shirt, you get a chance to also win one that's signed by some of the personalities here at the Fragbite Masters tournament. Pistol round already 8 away. Majestboy's in a good spot. Again, he's actually already let 2 people go by. Freeze is in that smoke, but Magic could actually come out at the right time. Does exactly that. 2 kills already. Crims is able to dodge in behind that pillar and just save his life, but they're down significantly already as Madi's going to take Dennis, and that puts us in a 5-on-2. Bomb plant still gets achieved. That's pretty good stuff from Fnatic, because it will give them money moving forward. And actually, with JW at least taking down Magic, it gives a chance for Crims to fight off 4 members all in front of him, but 1 kill already. That's all he'll get.
So, Magic Boy, once again, the flanks continue, and they are real. He gets a double kill from the boiler as Fnatic run towards middle. They tried to make things very fast and surprise the CTs, but he just keeps stepping up time and time again. This guy is having a phenomenal tournament so far.
3 for 3 pistol rounds for SK in this
They have
series.
no idea. It's just great. I just tweeted it out. Like, he's got such good game awareness and the right time to peak. He's got great read on situations, and his aim to back it up as well is sensational. So another good pistol there for SK. They are looking incredibly strong going onto the CT side. Winning the knife, obviously. Fnatic do get the bomb down once more, though. So AK is coming out next round. So just a light investment this time. Some P250s. JW goes for the Tech 9. The SK team, though, they've got 4 SMGs and 1 rifle. Normally, when the bomb goes down, you probably want to go heavier on the rifles to prepare yourself for that. But they've gone for the P90s, which can be absolutely viable in Inferno. You have to keep their range tight. So here we go then. Fnatic have lost 1 man already. This is the hands of Cadian, and it looks like they will be heading towards Banana. They have got JW potentially causing a little bit of distraction towards A apartments here.
JW wants to try and push from the apartments onto that balcony, but as we can see, they've already got Freeze well and truly waiting for that with a P90, so he'll just be able to fire away. Cadian, SMG at mid, spots up at least 1 member in Dennis. He's not going to re-peek that, but stay close enough that the SMG will still be viable. And Cillian's doing the same with the P90 on the offset. So like you're saying, they didn't go into the rifles knowing that the bomb went down. They'll have to upgrade potentially here, but they're playing very aggressively with them in terms of the approach to the angles they're holding. Right? Exactly that. But in turn, it does give the pistols a chance to do massive damage. That's the case as Cadian gets digged up. That brings the rifle into it. Magic pops out. Remember, he was the one with the early kills, so he's the one that's early invested. Freeze, meanwhile, does take down JW from those apartments. That was pretty much predictable. Fnatic's gone back toward the B side. It's a bit of an early rotation off this as well, because Cillian's left that B site. So if Madi gets spotted in this corner, it could spell trouble right now for SK. He gets 1. At least they look for the trade. Doesn't happen. And they're successful in at least picking up this second round. But like you're saying, now this gets interesting with that early plant.
Absolutely. So AK-47s will be coming out for the T side here. And with a plethora of SMGs here for the CTs, it'd be interesting to see what decision they go for. Modi on your screen right now, pretty simple MP9 spray down to finish things off. It's a nice bank of cash for that one. And they will be upgrading to, they've got 2 rifles here. Cadian manages to justify an AWP as well, so they are looking very healthy indeed. Obviously the P90s can be just as effective as a rifle in certain situations. So Cadian's going to be towards Banana by himself. 4-man stack going in towards A. I like this from SK actually. And Magic Boy, a quick face down middle, doesn't spot anything, but it's a very methodical play coming from Fnatic. They've got towards A apartments and just trying to push themselves up towards the map before they execute into a certain area here.
Cadian holding with the up.
It just means once he's there by himself, he should be good for 1 kill before he can fall back, so they can justify having the 4-man stack here. He's going to have 1 player facing. He's going to be Flusher this time.
He's got the smoke as well. Even the flash, Molotov, he's got enough utilities that he can create delay. Yeah, so even if he misses the shot, he can drop that smoke with the right click as he's running back, cover off the choke point. And that might be enough because they won't know he's alone. They may still think there's a rifle inside the site. That won't be enough to encourage them to push through. But Fnatic's actually going to go toward this stack. They want to go for the wrap on the arch. Magic's waiting at Moto. And Cillian's waiting in CT. Magic completely blinded off, but he gets out the Molotov. That will slow everything down from Fnatic's side. And Cillian is desperately hoping that they just walk up with that P90. He waits for the second flash. He actually is the one to pop out. They get Magic in his attempt at trying to flash for his teammate, but it's traded immediately. Cillian's rotated back to Library. He's still going to be a pest. Doesn't get the kill, but look at the damage dealt. Problem is, the kills all stack up in reverse, and it's now Cadian left in a 1-on-4.
Yeah, even when they had the 4-man stack towards that bomb site, Magic Boy getting taken down, he just left Cillian in a difficult situation with the P90, unable to land the shots there. Potentially could have done something towards Library, but not enough damage inflicted there. Takes Crimson Flusher down to a reasonable amount of HP, but Flusher with 3 big AK kills, opens up the A bomb site, excuse me, and you can see them hunting now for Cadian as he cowers towards the back of the B site. They know he probably has got the AWP here, so there's probably more than justified trying to go for him.
It's very smart to hunt in this situation. He does hold the angle well enough against the Olaf Meister. No one else will be close enough, so this bomb's going to explode. Flusher may get around the corner, but from that distance...
At this stage, yeah, it's not even worth facing, because you're more than likely to lose your AK here. And Cadian does keep the AWP. I'd say they probably can justify something here. I didn't quite catch the money, but I think they probably will have enough for Famas to join up with Cadian. There it is. So they have got the Famas, 2 rifles and a Deagle from Modi. So no kits. Well, Modi does get one there in the end. So they have got something to work with here. It's going to come down to Cadian and where he decides to go this round. Obviously, went towards B alone this time. This time he'll be there, but backed up by 2 other players. So going to be more aggressive. Look at that first pick. Narrowly misses out on it, but now they're aware of the position of the AWP. So it's great intel for Fnatic, and he probably wants to rotate now. It's exactly what he's doing. So after taking that first shot towards B, he's reading the situation quite nicely. He'll be going back towards A and leaving his 2 comrades to hold off the B bomb site.
So all the damage stacking against SK. Olaf bouncing the smoke over to the truck side. Freeze is the only one that's aggressive right now in that A site. Passive hold from Cadian at Library with that op and the second man. It's Magic. He's waiting over on top of the balcony. Swinging, flashed in, spotted up with the Eagle. Almost gets taken down in return. They've brought the rotation over. 3 members here, but they're going to follow this up. They have to, naturally, knowing they've done so much damage. And JW takes advantage of that in full effect. Modi almost with the spray transfer. Not able to connect on Dennis. And suddenly that op's trying to cower and hide one more time inside construction. Good pick on JW. Means it's 3 versus 3, but no kits right now on the CT side. And smokes on either choke point mean it's going to be almost impossible to get to that bomb in time to make a play.
Yeah, at this point now, it's just a case of whether you can get some upgraded weapons because they haven't got the kit. And very difficult retake with 3 men remaining on the B site. So, well played by Fnatic. Obviously spotting the AWP at the beginning, didn't scare them at all. Went into the B site, bomb site, found that first pick. Frisk just trying to salvage the AWP. Has picked it up, but I don't think he'll be getting aware of it, I have to say. As Crims does take him down. And it's just going to be Magic Boy with the Famish remaining. And Dennis will pick up the AWP as well. So, nice.
They lost Dennis.
Oh, is he the one with the AWP? I'm sure they can go back and get it. So
Either way, it's one more gun down just to make note. But
that was a big round from SK there. That force buy needed to work out for them. Obviously, Cadian go for that initial aggression. Had he hit that shot, could have been a different story there. Was the right idea, but narrowly misses out on it. And Fnatic capitalised at that point. The Deagles trying to hold them off as they came into the B site. And they found the initial kills. And the round fell apart from there. So just Magic Boy now with a Famas as we go into round number 5. The score is currently 2-2. And Fnatic, heavy favourites going into this one to bring it to 3-2. As this time they'll be focusing towards the A side of the map. Magic Boy's will be waiting for them though. Ooh. Gives away his position with a little Famas spray. Does manage to get out.
About a second early on the timing on that pre-fire. And now Fnatic's going to try and take over that position, knowing he's retreated so quickly. Remember, that's the only rifle. So they've stacked up this B, and if Fnatic feel confident in pushing on that rifle, or if they expect that it is the only rifle, then...
This is the thing. So he obviously he's given away his position, right? But they've gone for the 4-man stack towards B. He's trying to bolter them towards that bomb site. Not going to work out just yet, as they've left A completely open. That's where Fnatic are opting to go for so far. Slowly they're making a way up towards Arch, smoking it off. Making sure they're very clinical with this one. It's actually a nice disciplined take, and the bomb should be going down at this point. The fact is the CTs haven't really invested anything into this round. They're kind of hoping that this works out for them. So still, they can go on some rotations and see what they can find. There's no real point in saving Sana's USP and nothing else. So Cadian could save the PT-50, I guess. Magic Boy would want to save that Famas. And you can see them pushing out of B now. Hunting for anything they can. Staying as little units. And it's going to be Olaf Meister towards T-spawn. He could be in a lot of trouble here, but he's holding the angle well. So even if he does take some bullets, he'll be able to fall back. He hits himself a little bit more now. This is where he goes down. There it is. Magic Boy does get the AK-47 off for one of his teammates. So I've managed to do something of this one. It's just Frisk, or Freeze, I should say, as he can hear footsteps beneath him.
Yeah, if he can at least do some distraction play. Unfortunately, they lost that second gun, but they did keep the AK on Cadian. I was going to say, if he could at least distract him, hold him out of that spawn position, they might get away with the 2 rifles, but instead it's just the 1 for SK.
It's a nice clean round there from Fnatic. SK go for the full B stack. Magic Boy towards the apartment at the start, trying to funnel them towards that side, trying to scare them off perhaps, but not really working out as they fully committed towards the A side. This time SK Gaming can fully buy. You can see on your screens they haven't got any head armor. Obviously, the AK is a 1-bullet headshot regardless, so if you go for just body armor, it means you can have a few more grenades to hold them off. Smoke's very important on this map. Aggressive push coming out with the flashback. Mod, he's overcommitting to that, I would say. When you push that flash with your friend, you get flashed in, you want to face the corner, sure, but you don't run around like that because you haven't got anyone to actually get the refrag. And it's put SK in a pretty dire situation. It's just a Cillian now to try and hold them off. Does smoke them. I think one of the teams are not scared of pushing through smokes.
Yeah, I think the trouble was he saw JW run back, so he assumed he could at least
It's
stalk his
it's
prey.
such a high risk maneuver though. Like the best that can happen is you get one frag and you get taken down as well. You're so open in that position. You're just hoping that he's there by himself.
So Crossfire set up on A, passive on B. They're looking for an early rotation, trying to read Fnatic.
Yeah, well,
46 seconds left. I mean, this is a very early read. It may yet work out though, because look at the attention. It's all shifting toward the top of that mid. The saving grace right now is the fact that Crims is still investigating over at B. If he walks in and realizes this, they'll bring it back in the palm. Yeah, it's slowly going that direction.
this is the thing. They've taken the commitment, left B open, and here comes the exchange towards mid.
Oh, good hold by Freeze. Almost picks up the third one. Does spot him at least, but now they know, with him that far back and suddenly turning, that it is going to be on the B site. It'll have to be a retake because the bomb's already entered, as has Crims. He's going to face the CT spawn. He's actually going to take down Magic with a pretty impressive shot, but Freeze is right there to trade it, looking for more. Olaf's got the AWP. And there's no utility in that CT spawn, so if he elects to, he could just hold that angle. He goes more passive. He's just going to play this safe. But now as he faces back, there's an AWP to stare down at him as well. And this gets a little bit awkward because Cadian, he holds the angle. He waits passively, and JW's only got 8 HP against this 1 versus 2. Not going to be enough. Cadian's got it. Switched over to the M4. I have the fuse coming in for SK.
Yeah, nice read there from Cadian. He needs to be a lot more helpful to his teammate with the M4 in hand. Probably got the call from his teammates that the remaining player was low HP as well. So they managed to recover it. Olafmeister made it look a little bit scary, but Freeze, huge play from him, managing to get the double kill and falling back as well. Good call to the teammates to say, okay, guys, they're probably going to go back towards the B bomb site as well. There was an interesting commitment from SK as well. The fact they lose the first frag in terms of Modi, they smoke it off, and then they actually decide, you know what, let's take the risk here. Let's all fall back towards the A bomb site. Hope we get some sort of opportunity to find a frag. Freeze made it happen. We enter round number 7, 3-3. SK pull one back. It's not going to be the full buy for Fnatic this time. Flush is going to be stuck on the Tech 9. They have got full grenades again, so can decide to execute if they so wish. Looks like so far they're heading towards the B bomb site with the bomb as well. And 2 players towards second middle. Potentially could be a fake coming in here. Where it's going to be ending up is yet to be seen, as the smokes do fly over onto the B bomb site. This normally means you go towards CT spawn and try and flush it out as you take away the vision from the bomb site.
So much smokes, but look at that fire. This is interesting because it's in that single gap. If they ran through, they would have taken damage from it. It's gone. Smokes are not. Cillian wants to wait toward the water. If they push in, he's in a great line to do damage. He's actually taking damage on the second one, and that's flush it to go down. Dennis is able to trade it in the end, but bomb drop is going to buy them time. And Madi, he comes up with 2 great kills. Keep in mind, for those of you newer to CS, Madi used to be on the Fnatic lineup. Not exactly this iteration of it quite clearly, but same organization, and he's now done the damage to give them a significant lead in this round. Olaf's recovered the bomb, 30 seconds left. And is he going to get this desperate, or is he just going to try and fake it?
Well, he still has time to play with 25 seconds.
He's going to make this.
100 HP with the bomb. And if he goes in straight towards quad as well, he's got a real strong chance of planting it. I'm not really sure why SK have committed all 3 members towards that side of the map. You at least want to have one, just at least gaining intel on the other side. But here we go. Olafmeister setting himself up for an opportune clutch moment. It's going to be Magic Boy rotating in. Olaf still having time to play with here to find position.
Great shot by Olaf. Bomb down. That's the first rotator gun. He's actually got a chance in this. This is a bit of a misplay. You're right to be that committed to thinking that Olafmeister was going to go on to the A side, or rather on the B side. And now look, he's got so far away from this. He's got it planted for himself. He can actually try and just peek this out and take the diffuser. He's on top of it with the smoke. And it is Cadian who has to. He's not surely going to be able to do that. That's incredible.
There we go. It says on his knife, I belong to the best. And that is showing you how he does it in those big moments. Very sloppy play there from SK.
Yep.
Like I said, the fact that he's even allowed to get towards the A site with no one even being close by, it's absolutely nuts. Just to break this tactic down a little bit more, they're smoking, the wall of smoke is actually going onto the bomb site. Normally, traditionally, you smoke off CT spawn and you smoke off cores, for example, and you swarm the bomb site with Molotov. So this time they're actually going towards isolating the CT player and going through and potentially pincering A through CT spawn there. But obviously didn't work out, but what does it matter? When you have Olafmeister gifted 3-on-1 clutches like that, obviously great play from him and great read of the game, but I have to say that was SK playing against themselves a little bit. They didn't have vision of the bomb. They didn't know where he was, and for some reason tried to commit all 3 players towards that B bomb site, excuse me. And now then, Fnatic once again walking to an empty bomb site. The stack not working out for SK. They've been very unlucky with these ones. And Flusher making the right call. There's Dennis coming in for the flanks as well. He picks up one, gets taken down by Cadian, who did save the AK. He was in the one-on-one clutch before.
That'll double up their gun power as well. But they're just going to sit back and save those. That's the right call. In this situation, I mean, Fnatic starting to stack up rounds. It gets scary on their T side when they've already got 5. We know how good their CT can be, but we know Fnatic's also capable of getting a heck of a lot more than that. So if they play the long game and try and just control this, it could be for the best. One more kill gone, but still the AK's up. That's the goal right now.
Yeah, it was such a huge round for Odolph to win. Obviously, breaks the economy of the CTs as well. Puts them onto 5 rounds on the terrorist side. SK currently on 3. They did save 2 AK, so we'll have a reasonable buy going into the next one. They can drop some guns around, mix up the investments, and hopefully have 5 rifles. But, yep, Fnatic gifted some presence here on the T side. As we go into round number 9 now. No AWPs for Cadian once more. You can see the money's still very fragile. Only 1 kit. Once again, only getting 1 player on the head armor, as mentioned before. Not a huge deal, but does signify where they're at right now.
Decent nade onto Madi, down to 66. Free's going to try and get control of the bedroom, so aggressive apartment side hold right now from SK. Similar to what we see from Virtus Pro when they play this left side of the A site. They've brought the 4th man over, but they can almost give up Archway with this style of play if they can get enough information right now. Magic's Boy's in a great spot because he'll hear everything that's coming toward them, and he and Freeze together will set up that crossfire. Freeze doubles it. JW now, a very tight spot, wants to actually take this fight. I think at this point they may actually look to go back toward that B site with having lost 2 men on entry already, and now they will, surely. And the rotations come back over as well, as Cillian knows that they could be up the similar tricks. He's going to flash just enough to allow Madi to get a quick peek on the main choke point, but Fnatic are being rather indecisive and hard to read, and that's potentially going to put problems in for Cadian, who manages just in the edge of the smoke to take down JW. Fire still off on the left, so that means that the bomb now absolutely is committed to B, and Crims wants to be the entry man. Smoke off on CT by himself, a bit more space on entry, but now they've spotted a Cillian because that is a little bit late, and they know he's in emo. They'll focus on him, and Amadi needs to come up with this kill. Otherwise, if they take down the player in emo and walk into the site, there's a real chance, but it's all done. Cillian stays alive. Bomb gets dropped early, and that's not going to do it for Fnatic.
Yeah, nice play there from Freeze. In the bedroom, gets a crossfire from Magic Boy as well. Magic Boy gets all the distraction, then Freeze comes in for the 2-man spray down, opens it up into the 5-on-3. And JW with the suicide play, I would say, running through fire, jumping around, bunny hopping, and gives an easy kill there to the player on Arch. But there we go. SK Gaming, a round, I would say, that was a must-win for them. They have a nice clean one as well. So it's going to force Fnatic down to 1 player on the Tech 9. It's going to be JW this time. And they are showing some presence towards B, but only 2 players coming into it without the bomb so far. Odolph Meister, though, opening it up onto Cadian. Bringing in the man advantage. You can see the CT trying to react to that, though, but it's not going to help. Odolph gets his 2nd of the round. Modi needs to make something happen. He needs to be pushing right now.
He's done decent damage. Fortunately, couldn't follow those up. He had the support system that time. Again, you talked about the overcommitment previously. That time it was a little bit more coordinated. Either way, Freeze. He's still going to try and just buy his time in this boiler position, but how much can they even commit? Olaf's already waiting for this rotation. He's already holding it. He expects it to be library, but they're not even going to go. In fact, they're just going to try and find an escape plan. Look at JW's position, though. If Freeze makes any noise at all, they'll be on to him.
Well, the CT's obviously opting to save their rivals here. Olaf Meister, in true Olaf style, just running up middle, finds 2 headshots, and punishes the CTs there. They don't really have an option to even think about retaking it. Freeze should find 1. Takes down Crims. Upgrades his M4 to an AK-47, and now you can see JW. He's only got the Tech 9, so he can justify going for the hunt. Even if he dies, right? If he finds 1, that's pretty huge. Freeze is taken down in the end, and Flusher picks up an AK as well. So nice run there from Olaf, opens things up, and it'll be interesting to see what SK's economy is right now, because that was a pretty massive round for them. I think they'll have enough to get something on the board. Yeah, they've got AK-47 saved, Pharmacist, Mag 7s, Deagles, so it's a ropey one. Magic Boy working out how he's going to approach this. He does get some decent nades in as well, so the AKs being saved was a big help. So we're going to round number 11. Looks like Fnatic are just going an audacious style now. So they just run straight up towards middle. Dennis feeding it as he finds the first headshot as well.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Magic down already. Asilian holding the same angle. But he's smoked off. Grips finds Katie, and Asilian's actually managed to at least pick up one. It's traded immediately, but this gives a bit more chance right now to Freeze. The problem is he's just got the pistol pulled out because he's already depleted all of his ammunition in the mag, and that's not going to be enough. If he could have held on to Pit and picked up potentially one kill, then it would have given Madi a real chance at this. Again, y'all goes back to that 1-on-3 with the Wolof, and that's when the economy slipped away. I mean, this is desperate now for SK just to pull back into this half because it's suddenly going to be 4-7.
Just relying on saving weapons right now to even have buys into these ones. So this will almost certainly put SK onto a pretty much full eco. You can see Asilian does have $2,200, but the rest of his teammates will only be receiving $1,900 next round. So if Modi can save this weapon, it means they can work with it, they can do something with it. Maybe a stack towards B with one player towards A. He should be able to find a kill here as well as he takes down Crimza. A little wallbang for the corner.
They lined up too, so he did decent damage onto Flusha, who's holding on to the AWP.
But you can see now, this is why I referenced before. Before we went into this game, I said Fnatic potentially being a little bit disrespectful on some of their halves here. Now they're just getting into the flow of it. People are hitting their shots. Olaf's waking up. Dennis seems to be firing on all cylinders as well. So just pushing up middle. That's not even really a strat, to be honest. That's just, let's just body ourselves up towards mid. Very similar to kind of Envious style. One player towards B. You just send a unit up towards mid and just utilize the talent you have available. So we go to round number 12 now. 7 plays 4 in favor of Fnatic. Morty does save the weapon from the last round, so let's see what he's decided to do. He'll be stacked by himself, but what does it matter? Crims just goes in and deals with him. Headshot. Takes him down, brings him to the 5-1, opens up the B side as well.
Nade freezes just far enough in the doorway that won't take him down, but the potential was there. 3 pistols remain. Bomb not planted. It's actually just going to go the long route back toward the B site. That's insignificant because there's a minute left, and surely that's going to happen. SK want it to happen. They seem to just want to already sit in positions that are just looking for guns to fall in their laps, but that hasn't happened yet. Magic's going to try and get a little bit aggressive, but look at Asilian. He's actually evaded Flusha slightly, getting behind that pillar, but unfortunately he's outsmarted his accuracy as well. Crims takes him down. And Fnatic's going to double up the score of SK.
Yeah, and now they'll be winning the half as well. 8 plays 4, and I don't think they'll be done just yet as well. The money's still going to be a little bit of a problem for SK. They haven't really got rolling in terms of the money since the early rounds when they took the pistol. It's looking very promising at that stage, right? It was another great start to the game, but since then they've kind of dropped off. Fnatic is controlling the economy situation as well. So they have got the AWP out, but once again, no kits, no head armor, only smokes to play with, no incendiaries. It's still a difficult round here in terms of the general hold for SK. Let's see what Fnatic do this round. Obviously, they've been very aggressive towards middle. This time, Olaf Meister goes towards B, picks up that first kill. It's Magic Boy, once again, he's having a real hard time on this CT side. Seems to be getting picked off left, right, and center, and the fire taking down Asilian as well. This is the first 2 picks, it feels like, every single time coming in favor of Fnatic. And the problem is, SK don't really have many more options than to go for these faces at the start because they don't have the kits. They can't allow the bomb to go down. Exchange is coming in.
That's a big one to pick up because Cadian opened that with JW on the op. If Freeze had been able to follow it up, and they had a decent crossfire to shut down Fnatic. Madi, that's a good push. That's making something happen, but the problem is it's too little too late because they've already got the A site. He's the last alive. They know where he is. They'll go back and plant the bomb, but surely he's just going to go down, and exactly that. Crims pops out, and it's just all stacking up against SK.
Absolutely. Like just to go back to that point, right? When you're so up against the ropes, you don't have kits, you're lacking in grenades. Going for the aggressive B push is obviously very viable. If you can find that first pick with a double nade down to the B, try to do some damage, just get 1 kill and fall back, that's what you need to. You can't allow Fnatic to be able to gain map control and fully execute onto a bomb site. They went for it, didn't pay off. Once again, Olaf finds another huge kill. Like I said, Magic Boy seems to be the one who's getting rinsed to the side every round. They're going for this nade down middle tactic, actually working out. Cadian takes the first kill onto a damaged Crims, but Fnatic fighting back here.
Yeah, and the counter nade up. Banana takes Freeze down, but look at the shot. Asilian is able to take down yet another kill.
They'll know the last 2 CTs towards B now. You can see the bombs running straight towards A bomb site. And that's another round over. So an interesting approach. It can be very strong if you do catch terrorist players. Just coming up the steps, 5 with grenades down middle. You push down as well and try and capture them when they're on low HP there. But just going to be Magic Boy and Freeze remaining. And
they're just gonna look at this. JW's like, yeah, take no chances, whatever. I'll just smoke you off. It's around 14. I'm not giving you an AK, so you have more economy to buy in 15. Obviously, at this point, there's a lost round bonus. And there you go, JW. That's a little better than spraying into the smoke that you did on Overpass.
Yeah, more viable, I would say.
Yeah, well, it's now all but done. As Magic Boy just Again, desperate to pick up a weapon if he possibly can, but that's not even going to happen. Fnatic will go down to the bottom of middle, and they'll hit double digits on the T side of Inferno. Look at that, dude. Throwing the guns up on the roof just to make sure of it.
Just to make sure. Well, we're going to the last round. As you just mentioned, the max loss bonus is coming into fruition for SK Gaming. So $3,400 and about 2.2k they had across the board as well. So a nice, healthy buy at least going into this last round. But as I mentioned, this is one of the maps SK are lacking on. They don't play it too much. It's one of the weaker maps for sure for them. They just haven't really arrived in this one. They had a great pistol, and then it just seems like the economy game just ran away from them. The aggressiveness from Fnatic taking its toll, and just losing pretty much every opening situation that was presented towards them. So we enter the last round now. Cadian has got the AWP once more. This time, he won't be soloing the B-bomb site. He's back towards Arch with Magic Boy, who I would say hasn't had the same explosive performance he did on Overpass, but to be fair, it's been Fnatic firmly in the driving seat here. They've been dominating the proceedings here. Right now, they're slowing it down once again. Gaining that control towards the A apartments can be very valuable. We can push the CTs back, keep them guessing as your players walk up to the middle.
Flash is in a little bit early, but that's all right. They'll still push around the corner, free of pass, because there's no one playing aggressive right now. Magic's holding an off angle, boosted in the sight on top of the box. But look how far back Cadian's gone with that AWP. In fact, all the way to Library. And this is a one-hit wonder position because they'll quickly cross over. First man can even jump it, and then they'll smoke him out of position. So,
yeah, like it's just like it's more for getting in time. If you do land the shot, it's a very difficult shot to land, as he'll be demonstrated right now. He does it very nicely, and brings it to 5 and 4 and gives himself a real chance. He doesn't want to be taken down, as JW does heavily push up and take down one of his teammates. It's disappointing, but he does reply.
That shouldn't happen that easily for Cadian. I mean, where was the smoke off on top of him? They knew he was in there, but great shot nonetheless. Now they're going to put the pressure on B. Great shot by Crims to take down Madi at Oranges, but Asilian again is buying time. They're both looking the other direction. He's going to pop out, bomb drop, gets the second one as well on Crims. Great play from Asilian to stay alive, and now it's left to Olaf. 1 versus 2, but you're right, time is up. He manages the kill on Cadian in impressive fashion, but no way he was going to pull that off. So 10-5 is where we end.
Yeah, at Somber finished to the half. You can see, oh, they are going to shake hands. Modi begrudgingly giving the high five.
Got left hanging yesterday too, so
yeah,
poor guy.
The Somber finish after that impressive first map there. They do take a 10-5 deficit. As I said, this shot is normally very hard to land, but Cadian manages to do it. Problem is his teammate gets taken down, but they recover. Asilian, the snake in the grass towards the B site, shows himself from Emo and takes down 2 kills to secure it. Cadian still a little bit jovial there. Nice little funny face to show his heart's still in him.
You're saying Cadian has a funny face?
No, he made a funny face. You were too busy doing something else. You missed it.
That's rude to say to Cadian, man.
I think he's got a lovely face.
I'm going to tell him he's good. I'm glad you're compensating, because I'm still going to tell him you said that.
Me and him have got our own secret handshake and everything. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah. I didn't even have a secret handshake with you.
Bro, can I be in your club?
Nope.
Why not?
Because you dressed up like Father Christmas yesterday. It was actual abomination, and I don't want people like that in my club.
All right, sorry, Grinch. Sorry, Scrooge.
So there we go. 10-5 in favor of Fnatic. SK do make it a little bit more competitive by taking the last round, but my initial feeling is, Matt, that they are a little bit outclassed on this one.
Their saving grace is that they've won every pistol so far in this series, but as soon as I say that, you know what happens. And Olaf, yeah, well, exactly. Olaf actually does damage onto Magic, but he's falling back very quickly. They're going to try and turtle inside of this B site. There is only 2 members there. It's not like it's a stack, and there's not an early rotation from that either, but it's a smart and experienced play from Fnatic because they know all too well that over-rotating, specifically on Inferno, will cost you dearly. And SK, due to that early damage and not being able to punish Olaf for it, they're just going to slow this down entirely while Cadian goes on the hunt. So leaving it to him this time to be that off-site lurk, not Madi, as we often see during gun rounds.
Oh, this is it. So Cadian's by himself towards A apartments. Not really doing much of it so far. Maybe he'll just be holding second mid for any sort of rotations coming in from the CT sides as his teammates execute. They have 2 smokes here, and yeah, he's going to be potentially holding T-steps or something. Smokes going in towards CT spawn. I'd assume 1 towards Corals as well. Molotov the oranges. Flashbangs go in, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath here. And Olaf Meister picks up the first 2.
All done. Finishes the damage he dealt to Magic, but the headshot on Freeze was even more impressive. He eventually goes down. They did Crims. The rotations are arriving. It's 2 members alive in the site for SK, 3 for Fnatic on the perimeter. Smoked off at least from construction, and Cadian reads the flank coming in, goes to burst because he knows he's got damage, and then takes down JW. Madi's got flush, and suddenly it turns, but Madi's caught with the Molotov out, and that gives Dennis the headshot, gives him the positional advantage. He very nearly dodged it, but Not much you can do. Taps to fake and knows Cadian's in the corner. Very well done from Dennis, and he's going to pick up the round. Fnatic, there you go. I call it, and they proved me a liar. I don't make predictions, Henry. Murray Walker once said this. He makes prophecies which immediately turn out to be untrue.
Well, it was actually a very difficult position for Cadian to be in there. The fact the bomb's planted in that position, had it been behind Fountain, he's got a real chance there. Because it's behind those orange boxes, it makes things a whole lot more difficult, because even if he goes with a full defuse, Cadian has to fully commit to it. He can't take the risk on the fake as well, so he gets taken down. Nice clean headshot there from Dennis to finish things off. Olaf Meister, I would say, was the MVP of that round, though. Double kill on entry. It's going to be the force buy coming in from SK as well. They're going to be aggressively going towards B. Magic Boy gets the first 2 headshots as well to take things down. And here we go. They should have a little entrance into the B bomb site, but there's 2 CD players still waiting for them. I don't think they'll see this coming.
Flusha is holding that angle. P90. Magic is going to get toward that spool, but it's just a matter of time before Flusha will take him apart. Dinks up Modi as well, and Flusha gets a Cillian.
What
This is just a slaughter. Modi desperate to do something with that. Gets at least JW, but that was well held.
Nuts. So you normally do that kind of play, right? When you're up against the ropes, you're on like a pistol buy. You send 2. They can see Cadian's like, what the hell just happened? You send 2 players down to kind of bait that you've got no one else at the B bomb site, right? And then you leave 2 on the bomb site to on the stack, so you have that exact sort of moment. So it's like a chance play. You don't normally see it coming out on those kind of rounds. So Fnatic showing some heavy aggression towards the start. First players go down, and all of a sudden they get back into the P90 player Flusha. So fantastic stuff, and then to bounce back into this one. Double grenade is going to be huge damage as well. Olaf Meister having an absolute field day here as he gets another double spray down.
It's all too easy for him, it seems. And now they're just going to push onto this. Naturally, you expect them to completely slaughter anyone that comes in their path. Magic's the last remaining again. Deagle up. We'll see if he can at least give us something to potentially curse over again, Henry.
Well, if he does,
not to be,
I would be very impressed in a 5-on-1. But there we go. That's pretty much going to tie things up for Fnatic. This is only going one way so far, I would say. But simple round there for Olaf Meister. They just doing the initial damage. He gets the double spray down on the corner, make it a triple as well, as they take a very decisive advantage here. As we enter round number 19. 13 plays 5 in favour of Fnatic. SK Gaming will be force buying once again. They've got AK-47s, not a huge amount of grenades, but definitely something to work with here. As Flusha picks up the AWP with the Cillian going aggressive. Takes down Dennis, makes it a double as well. Dennis's nade revenges him, but
look at Olaf, though. Look at this. Instantly goes. All right, we know they're top mid. Flusha's going to get freeze, but Olaf's... There's no way back. There's no way out of this. They're going to go for a bomb plant at the very best right now, SK. It's still a 3-on-3. But Olaf, there it is. He comes in. Crims actually gets the kill. Smoke off on Flusha buys them more time. They've got the anchor. It's not exactly in pit. I believe it's actually in... Okay, no, I take it back. Cadian is in pit. On my overlay, I thought that he was inside graveyard, but... if he can sit, not get spotted up, not take damage, it might work out if they can buy enough time. They're doing it so far, but now it's just he remaining, Cadian. And he's going to take damage. He's got so much damage done in turn, though. 9, 22, and 21, and he still can't close it off.
That's a shame. They get, once again, a Cillian getting the initial entries. It's his grenade that takes him down, but... another huge retake coming in Fnatic, and that's going to be one of the final nails in the coffin here. Here's the replay on your screen right now. Vasilian doing great work there, and there's the grenade from Dennis. It avenges him. And another step closer, Fnatic taking the second map here, and it looks like SK maybe a bit too far gone in this one. They do have enough money after the bomb going down to buy up once again. AK's and a Galil onto Modi, but Fnatic in such a strong position right now. Full buys coming in for them. Flusha still on the AWP. Grenades coming in to Modi. And they take him down to about 84, but you see Dennis hungry for blood here as he faces down towards middle.
He's been playing aggressive at the top of mid for a while now, and it's Crims that actually gets the kill, but it's been working out. I mean, we haven't really seen many entries. I'm surprised CsGo was able to get the bomb down in the last round even, because it looked like they were just going to get entirely shut. Until they won the pit side, they didn't have anything to work off of. Cadian's going to try and flash himself out quickly. No one's going to be caught by this. Okay, I take that back, actually. It looked like they were going to fall, but Flusha sticks around. Cillian could double that as well. And then we'll see that coming in the smoke. Cadian checks under the atrium. Dennis with the late peek. Cillian wins it. He holds the angle, but again a nade comes in and just closes up on that damage. And Olaf, he's able to slip into the cubby late with the M4. No one in his way when he pops back out, but this flash, if timed accordingly, could be perfect. And are they going to be able to turn away from it? No, didn't go far enough at all. All it really did was tickle his toes, but Flush is going to come back around and make sure that they can't get past him. It's down to just 2 players remaining for SK. They'll be given the pit side for free. That should allow yet another bomb plant, but it's going to be desperate to try and hold on to it from there. They're going to need some individual tactics Freeze just making sure that no one's just baiting out that timing. There's some individual performance. Asilian with a great shot onto Olaf, and bomb does go down. There's not utilities left for the Steez to try and smoke off the re-entrance from Fnatic, but Crims is going to try and do battle with Asilian, and he's just going to use that pillar. Wants to hold the angle. Can't do so. Crims with the kill, and Freeze with a 1-on-2. He's not left the site either. They know he's in there because Flush has been watching it the whole time, and as such, he's got the kill.
Well, there we go then. Another clean retake from Fnatic. Promising scenes from SK at the initial start of the round. Just unable to close these ones out. They've had a real chance there, but when Asilian got taken down, that was pretty much it. Freeze in a very difficult situation with no nades or flashbangs or anything to even hold them off. Players pincering in from both sides. And there we go, Fnatic bring it to map point as we're into round number 21. It's looking very strong across the board. Most teams on this map actually playing a much more passive setup these days with the M4A4s and actually allowing the teams to come into the bomb sites. Fnatic, though, they just want to get this job done and finish it off as quickly as possible. Those nades onto Modi. He takes an absolute belting there as he goes on 7 HP.
And now he's going to be desperate to hit that one-click headshot. Doesn't really work out now, does it?
No.
Crims just waiting for him behind the sandbags. Re-smoke top mid. Dennis this time is going to spot them inside the stairwell. Goes for the spray transfer, luckily through the smoke, but saves just enough bullets to take down Magistic Boy coming out of the doorway. And Asilian responds with at least one, but it's a bit late for that now as it's down to a 4-on-2, forcing Flusha back, but the rifle's already in position. Crims actually kills Flusha, but luckily does follow it up with the kill that was intended to take down Freeze. If he'd done it for free, it would have been a big mistake, but worth it in the end. Asilian's got Olaf. They've got him locked. Bomb's down. The Molotov's smart as well, because Crims is on low HP, so if he had to push forward and been able to take the duel before his teammate and JW had arrived, then you get really awkward into the 1-on-1, but Asilian's going to try and change this up altogether.
Well, still has a chance here. 30 seconds, no bomb. That's going to help, though, as he does take down JW. 1-on-1, both very low HP. Crims is just hanging out towards the library. 26 seconds remain. Bomb still down towards mid. Crims has vision of that from the library. That's why he's holding that position.
This is smart to try and flash. That way secures at least the grab on the bomb, and Crims was just holding the edge there. I thought for sure he would hit that shot. It doesn't matter if he's got the AK or the M4. Remind myself of D-Man with support!
Yeah, you almost did.
That was pretty close. But Asilian's going to get this down, so he's actually done well to pull this round back. Smoke as well. Is he going to try this? Is he going to reverse ninja? Just sit. This is so clever.
We saw it yesterday. The absolute clown show between
Crims is patient enough, though. Yeah, I thought he might figure that out because he was watching from an angle. He could see both exit plans, and there was none, so obviously he had to be there. Well done from Crims, and that'll do it. Fnatic will take map 2. Convincing fashion as well.
You really tickled me with your whole support thing there, so I lost it. There we go. SK with a great start to the series. They win the pistol, but after that, not much else. Didn't get a single round in their T-half. And it seems like that onslaught from Fnatic, very aggressive, of course. All angles on the map, pushing Banana, facing down towards middle. Dennis, so strong on that CT side, was finally picked as soon as he got an AK-47. He was an absolute monster there. So SK not able to carry on that form from the first map. They get absolutely rutted there, I'd say. But Mirage, last map, I fancied their chances a little bit more there.
Yeah, they struggle with the controller economy. I mean, you mentioned it from the get-go. When they know there's a bomb plant on round 1,